In this video we are looking at the Ferrari 328 GTB. Now, this vehicle came into us for a full engine service, a full exhaust system replacement, and also investigation into poor running and potentially a belt related noise. With all services through Ramsport, we provide a top-to-bottom vehicle inspection and document our findings to provide a report for the customer. The engine service was completed by carrying out replacements of the fuel filter, air filter, oil filter, spark plugs and replacement oil, whilst finishing off with a tweak of the idle speed to ensure the engine is running as smoothly as possible. In the case of this vehicle, a lot of our findings were based on the suspension components. Worn bushes and an excessively worn top mount on the offside rear suspension unit. The findings on the vehicle are then addressed with the customer, and the customer in this case has instructed us to continue works to get these bushes and the suspension components replaced. So work has now commenced on the repair of the suspension work on this vehicle. Starting with the shock absorbers, we're replacing the top and bottom bushes, the suspension coil spring, the upper and lower suspension arm bushes, and also the anti-roll bar drop links and anti-roll bar bushes. The anti-roll bar drop link bushes are pressed out and replacement bushes pressed back in using the hydraulic press. That's the same for the upper and lower suspension shock absorber mounts, and also all of the upper and lower suspension arm bushes also. With the rear end of the suspension now overhauled, we then look into the engine running noises. We check the auxiliary belts with no fault, and we strip down the casings to get access to the timing belts. Now the V8 here works off two banks of belts. We have a rear bank and a front bank. The rear bank, as you can see now, works absolutely as it should with no movement of the belt, whereas the front belt has a lot of movement whilst the engine is running. You can see we've got minimal play in the rear bank, but on the front bank there is what we deem as excessive play. Replacement kits were ordered for the tension of the belts, and also on the front we replaced the belt stretcher unit which had seized. With the new belt, tensioners and stretcher units were installed, we then checked the vehicle over to make sure everything was running as it should. The play had been removed, and also the engine ran a lot smoother than it did previously. Installation of the rear wheel arch covers. And finally, the wheels went back on and torqued up, ready for the arrival of the exhaust system. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next video.